Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Lighty, and today we're talking about it's a crafting video. Yay, crafting! And specifically, it's a weird one. You know, it's about quivers. Quivers are weird, and what I mean by weird is that they are heavily, oh boy, heavily dominated by the unique slot. And when I say heavily, I mean 95% of all bow users are using a unique quiver. So if you take a look at the list of quivers here for uniques, it's a pretty promising one. So no one really uses Crag, Head, Fall, Wrath. Harry's Bite, kind of used for explosive rounds because it's a really cheap alternative. You know, one of the big things is using Val Orbs on a quiver has a chance of making that quiver, like this one says, adds an additional arrow, which is pretty major. A lot of builds that adds a lot of damage. So if the quiver itself, for example, Harry's Bite, you know, it's made from using a recipe, costs basically nothing. So you can toss a lot of valves on it, high chance of hitting +1 arrow. You can pretty much guarantee one for like an exalted investment. So a lot of builds like Explosive Arrow through the history have used things like this that just want that free arrow. But the big ones, Signal Fire, Drill Neck, Rigwald's, Quills, and maybe Fracturing Spinner. The Fidget Spinner is okay, but Quills is really good, and Drill Neck and Signal Fire are insane. They pretty much cover the basis for any quiver build. So why would you not use one? Well, you wouldn't, but in the future, you know, you might not. And if you really want to, you really want to get the res and the life on them, you could use a rare. So when it comes to bases, you basically have 3 options. It's not the most exciting list of bases. You either have crit strike chance, which honestly isn't that good, 1 pierce for target, so if you're using chain or fork, you're not really piercing anyway, so that's a waste, or the adds fizz to attacks, which I think is the best one overall, although that means you're playing a fizz bow build, so either using broadhead or spike point. For this example, we're using spike point pretty much today. Now the roll pools are pretty small. You got basically you know, your standard attack stuff, leech, mana leech, wed, all the things, fizz, life, and then you have accuracy. Stuff like prod speed is kind of cool. Life and mana on kill, pretty shit. Reduced tributes, pretty shit. Thunderation, pretty shit. You got your 4 reses, chance, multi good, attack speed good, and as you run, accuracy good. But it's interesting because there's a lot of interesting things you could do with these because of essences and because of master crafting. So here's our I-84 broadhead. We get 84 again so we can hit our fucking sexy T1 reses and stuff. And you can use your standard essences like it says quiver, you know, fire res, lightning res. But you got kind of the outlier, which is doubt. Nobody fucking uses doubt, so why is doubt good? Well, it puts T1 accuracy on it. So you're saying how much is Shrieking Essence of Doubt just to guarantee T1 accuracy? Look at this shit. 1 chaos. I mean, even 2 chaos, you can buy them in bulk, like 2 to 1. That's just a steal and a half. So these doubts are crazy, crazy cheap for guaranteeing accuracy. So if you're trying to make a quiver, which you're going to want accuracy anyway, well, easy free roll. So like I said, you could always just toss essences on here, try to hit some nice combinations. Pretty much you're looking for res, life, you know, fizz, crit strike chance, crit multi, wed, accuracy, all the staples when it comes to this type of thing. You've seen them before. It's just you want a great quiver. It might take some time though. Bad. You know, those essences cost a lot more. And essentially for the same thing, you can get the 1C Shrieking of Doubts. Guarantees that fat 321 plus accuracy. Even get that nice 400 across the board. That's the real dream. This one, oh, this one's okay. T1 lightning, T1 crit strike chance, T1 accuracy, so it's all T1 suffixes. But you know what? It's just not good enough. And if you wanted to, you know, you could take it the slow route. You could go from just the bottom up. Alteration if you really want to. Oh, I got T1 life. Nope, trash accuracy. Pretty much stop when I get 2 T1s, and then I think I would Aug and Regal, but it just doesn't feel good. Chaos Spam is an interesting one because of one interesting interaction it has with the master. That's really the reason I'm making this video, because I feel like this has been overlooked when it comes to this little phenomenon. It's not cheap. It might be cheaper just to buy one, but when it comes to making one, maybe you're in a solo self-found setting, this could be pretty useful. This one's kind of spicy, but prod speed's just so fucking stupid. So the way projectile speed works in Path is kind of like this. Basically, my projectile, I fire an arrow. That arrow has a set speed. It has a miles per hour, right? This has a set miles per hour. This arrow is it's traveling at, you know, 1 block a second. Well, it's traveling for 1 second. So it's traveling at whatever speed it is for that second. If you increase the speed, that means it travels that 1 second faster. It means it goes farther. That basically means projectile speed equals projectile distance, at least in path. So say this is the quiver we want to get. We got, you know, okay fire res, okay lighting res, shitty cold res, but hey, we got wed. So I want to get life. That's the big tasty one. But how do I guarantee life? What do we have for, how high does Mastercraft life go? 64? That's not bad. But you know what? I want higher because I'm in solo self-found hardcore and I need that big old life number. So how do I do it? Well, interestingly enough, if you look at the prefixes for quivers, you'll see something that is a bit of a theme. 2 attacks, 2 attacks, 2 attacks. Lightning damage, 2 attacks. Elemental damage, 2 attacks. Physical attack damage leads. Attack damage leads. They're all attacks, except for life. So what does that mean for us? Well, I'll show you what that means for us. That means that we could roll Katarinas, cannot roll attack mods. And whatever we exalt has to be a mod, but it has to be not an attack mod. There's nothing else for prefix except life. You know, that's not an attack mod. So if you're trying to hit that high life, this is the only thing you're gonna hit, period. This is a suffix, so we can't do it when we have, you know, a suffix open. We need to have an open suffix. It has to be like suffix, suffix, prefix, prefix, pretty much. That's kind of what we're going for here. So in that respect, it might be better to try to alt aug regal, you know, work your way up like that, or we could quickly annul off this cold res. Oh, that would have been so nice, though. Why don't we just start over from the beginning and try... Oh, that's not a bad one, actually. Can I get suffix? Oh, just get a really good suffix here. Fizz to attacks. That works. Okay, so then this is 2-2. Multi is suffix, fire is a suffix, wed is a prefix, fizz is a prefix. Okay, so then we can put on... Boom, suffixes, nope, that's not right. So we could add on can't roll attack mods as a suffix now. So after we just put it on can't roll attack mods. This is a suffix, cost and exalted, it's pricey. That means that our next is exalted because we have a suffix block with multi, suffix with res, wed, and fizz, both prefixes. It has to be a prefix and it has to be life. 19 life. Oh boy, not quite. Yeah, so we got dicked, but you know, you get the idea. Now, obviously this is cost, it's expensive, and it requires level 8 Katarina. But it's more the fact that this is just a neat interaction that works, and I think it could be kind of useful in a solo self-found setting. Oftentimes you get exalted and you don't really have a ton of place to put them. You know, maybe hitting that much life might be worth it. Let's try again. This one's not bad, just in general. I really have to get wed though. Can I just exalt wed real quick? 1 to 2 cold. No, I don't like that. Let's take that off again. What did I even just lose? God damn it. Ultimately, it's still just cheaper to buy a quiver. There's so many out there, but even though no one really IDs them, they're still like are out there. They do exist. I just hope that there's a place in this game for when quivers can be good again. I really don't see how we're gonna get to that, considering you have stuff like Rigwalds, Quills, Signal Fire, and you know, Drill Neck that are just so dominant. Alright, there we go. That's not bad. That's a pretty good quiver. You got life, dex is meh, lightning res, wed. Alright, this is a good one. So we have prefix, prefix, prefix. As far as master crafting goes, after the fact, not a whole lot you can really put on that's super good. Really, the best case scenario is we just exalt into, like, I guess, flat fizz? Cold attacks. Well, that's not bad. It's still probably the best quiver we made so far. And I think it looks respectable. Ultimately, don't craft a quiver. I'd like to. I'd try forcing it to be good, but it's just, at the end of the day, it's so fucking hard. You've just got such good other quivers in this game now. How much does a +1 arrow drill like even cost right now? 5x, that's it. We've spent probably almost twice that so far. It's just pointless, really. Rigwald quills would probably be expensive, though. This is in League, also. Well, we won't look for a +1 Rigwald quill. You even need that. Regular Rigwald quills, not even. It's also 5x. Oh, boy. What about Signal Fire? This is the best in slot for just every Fizzbo build, period. 20C. 20C. I mean, that's a low roll, but still. just 20, like, jeez. Well, I think the moral of the story here is just, don't craft a quiver. I don't think it's ever going to be worth it unless you have a legacy crit multi-quiver in standard or something. Really, like 61. Just go use one of the uniques. You have Signifier, you have Quills, you have Fidget Spinner, you have Drill Neck. They're just, you know, they're so good. And, it's just not worth thinking the currents of it. So, I'm Matt Lighty. I'll see you guys next time. And, good luck out there with your bows and stuff. Bye.